Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, as you can see by the title, I finally got my driver's license. Okay, so as you guys can see by the title, I am going to take you guys through my journey in getting my driver's license. I'm going to explain to you how I got it, what tests I had to take, which institute did I go for, how many retakes I did, the total fees I paid to get my license. But before that, I'm here again. This is my take 2. Guys, wish me luck. I'm so scared. I hope it goes well. I've been praying since morning, actually the whole 2 weeks since I failed.
Thousands of tears later.
Okay, so I am going to start with my file opening. That's what they call it in the institute. So I opened my file on 7th of December 2021. That's literally after my AAA exam, which is an ACCA exam. I opened literally the next day. So I have been considering a lot of schools. I was considering Galadari, Belhassa. A lot of people go there, but I also come across Excellence Driving Center. Yeah, I decided to go with Excellence Driving Center because at the time they have a discount going on. So when I opened my file, hold on, it's on my iPad. Like, I'm gonna show you guys how much I paid. File registration, I did everything, was 4,705 dirhams. Opening a file, meaning everything is there. That's what you initially pay. When you fail though, you have to pay for it on your own. So I started with 4,705, and yeah, so because I'm a beginner, I've never driven before, I don't have a home country license, I had to take 40 classes, 20 hours. So when I said my file was open in 7th of December, that's not like officially opened. My file was officially opened by 14th of December 2021. Yes, because to actually open the file, you have to do the eye test. So it took me a while to get that done. And I wanted to take my RTA theory test, and they said that my file isn't fully open because I didn't submit my eye test, which I can do in the school or I can do it in a RTA approved optical shops. So I decided to go for Al Jaber optical shops close to my place. I think I paid 140 dirhams. So I had to pay for that. So my file was completely open 14th December 2021, and then I took my RTA theory test. I did pass. I got 39 over 40, and then after that I started booking my practical exam. Now before you do your practical exams, you have an option to do the simulator training, which is in the school. I didn't do that. I skipped that and I booked all of my practical tests. Now my practical classes, I think it started in before Christmas, 23rd of December. That was the very first practical class I took, I think. And then I will tell you when I did my very first test. So I remember now, after my RTA theory test, I took all of my practical classes, and took all of those I think in less than a month, because I started in 23rd of December, and then I had to take my initial driving assessment test on 17th of January. So even before that, I was already done with all of my practical classes. So my initial driving assessment test was on 17th of January, which I failed. If you guys didn't see my last vlog, I've also put that up in my vlog. I failed that initial driving assessment test, so I had to take 2 more classes, which is 4 hours in total. Yeah, in Excellence, it was easy to book my classes. So after that, I passed it, and then I had to pay 608 to retake the initial driving assessment test. So I'll give you guys a total fee later at the end of the video, so you guys know how much in total I paid. So I paid 608 to retake classes and the test. So I took my 2 classes, 2 hours each, and then my next initial assessment test was 26th of January. So that was like a 9 days gap. Yeah, so 9 days. So the next date I took was 26th of January 2022 at 8 p.m. After work, I had directly went to my school and took my initial driving assessment test, and thank God I passed. And I had to book my parking classes. Now this parking classes, I was literally so nervous because a lot of people were saying that the the smart yard test, internal or RTA, it's like difficult because it's automated. The car basically has sensors, so you touch the line, you fail automatically in that particular parking test. Now the smart yard test, this test consists of 5 tests under it. So you got the emergency brake test, the slope test, the angle parking test, the garage parking, and the parallel parking test. So I booked both of my classes, and then my internal smart yard test, meaning that this test is conducted by the school and not by the RTA before you actually proceed to go and do your RTA smart yard test. So they evaluate you if you can actually do the final smart yard test. So mine was scheduled in 13th of February. I passed this the first time, I didn't fail this. So after that, I booked my RTA smart yard test. Now you only have to do after internal smart yard test, you don't have to do another class. I did my RTA smart yard test, and in the smart yard test, I booked it. Okay, the RTA smart yard test, now I booked this on 16th, 3 days gap. So 13th, I did the internal smart yard test, and then on 16th of February, I did my RTA smart yard test. Now this was like, it's not difficult, like it was easy for me. Now there's no examiner sitting with you, like you have to take the car out of the parking and then go and do each of the tests on your own, and you have to like put it under, like, okay, I cannot explain this to you guys in detail. You can go and check out videos from Excellence Driving. They have the how to do the smart yard test. They will literally explain it one by one. I've also watched that video 10 times before I did all of this stuff. So now I failed this once, and it's not because I couldn't park. I did my emergency brake test, fine, I passed, and then I did my slope test. I passed too. And then the thing is, after I did my slope test, you have to put your parking brake up, yeah, and then you are in the slope and you have to accelerate and then put your parking brake down so that the car accelerates and get down the slope. Now the thing is, after I put my parking brake down, the car was beeping. You know, my dumbass didn't even know what's up. Like I was like, what the heck, why is it beeping? And I didn't even care. I was like focusing on driving and getting into the parking lot. It was beeping, 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 and I got down of the slope, you know, maneuver to the right, and then the angle parking was there. I know all of my turning points. My instructor was really good, so I did all of that, head check and all of that, and then I was parking in the angle, straight the steering wheel, and I put it on parking gear, put my parking brake up, and the system was not telling me to exit the parking bay. So it usually tells you, the machine will tell you to exit the parking bay. Now listen to me when I tell you that that was the first parking that I did. So I was expecting for the machine to immediately tell me to exit the parking bay, because that's what I watched in the videos, but it wasn't. So I thought maybe it was a technical error, and I was waiting for it to tell me, and I was just sitting there like an idiot waiting for it to tell me to exit the parking bay. So this guy in the yard who assists people to check on the cars and who's parking it and all of that so that accidents don't happen, he came up to me and he said that put your parking brake down, and then I did, and now the machine told me that to exit the parking bay. Now there was an issue in that. The thing is, when my car was beeping after the slope test, it means that I didn't put my parking brake down fully. It's like censored, like the machine basically detects it as my parking brake is still up. So after my angle parking, which is perfect by the way, it's still up. So it didn't sense that I've actually parked. You get, after that, because I was sitting there like an idiot, the system actually told me that I have exceeded my time limits. I was like, fuck. And then I didn't want to be nervous, fine, I failed it. I backed up from the parking bay, maneuvered, did the garage parking test, the parallel parking test, all of this, perfect parking. I exited the car after that. I went inside the examiner's room, who literally monitors the cars, because they have the CCTV inside and he monitors everything. He was explaining to me, Yani, your parking was perfect, but your parking brake was not down. But parking perfect. I was gonna pass you, but you exited your time limit. See, the thing is, because everything was automated, he could have passed me because my parking was perfect. I could have passed the first time, but because my parking brake was not fully down after the slope test, it didn't sense it, and I basically exceeded the time limit, so I failed it. But the good thing is that I took this RTA smart yard test in 16th of February. They gave me a slot on 17th of February to retake the same thing, and I did. I passed, khalas, so I only failed the RTA smart yard test once. And yeah, so that was like the second test I had to take. Now on to the RTA Road test. Okay, so for the RTA smart yard test, because I failed the angle parking only, you're supposed to do, when you fail, you have to do a class and then the exam. Now these people were like, you don't have to take the class again because your parking was literally good at your parking brake. So they requested this supervisor upstairs to cancel the classes, which I would have paid 126, but I didn't. They just canceled it. So I only paid, take this RTA Smarter test was 292.45 dirhams. So yeah, they canceled the class. They didn't make me do the class. Like literally the next day, they made me take the RTA Smarter test. And then after that, I scheduled my, this are the two, this is not like a practical class. This is called the independent training and the highway training. Independent training is like the practical classes, to be honest. Like it doesn't differ much to the actual practical classes. But the highway training though, I drove in a 120 road. It was scary, but honestly it was fine. I think it was just the car was shit. Like in like all of the institute, the cars that they make you drive in is a Nissan Sunny. It's so shit. Driving in 120 in a Nissan Sunny was so bad. Like you can, I can feel, I mean, I'm not very good in cars, but my dad has a Prado. When he goes 130, like the car feels so smooth. But this Nissan Sunny, bro, I was going on a 120 and I could feel like this car is about to die, bro. Like it can't drive in a 120. Like I can feel the engine like struggling to stay at a 120. Like I could actually feel it, and something's wrong with the engine of that car when I did my highway training. I'm just saying, a story to tell. But yeah, I did both of that, independent training and highway training. And then my road test was scheduled on 23rd of February. Now you guys can see that the test scheduling is easy for excellent driving. I booked it on 23rd of February. I failed. Now I don't know if I should tell the story why I failed. Okay, I'll tell you guys. I called the school before the day to confirm if am I gonna be getting a male examiner or a female examiner, and they were like, it's mixed, you know, like we don't have that such rule. And then on 23rd of February when I came, they sent me to this room called female RTA road test. So I was like, why is there like separation between men and female? Like I mean, like okay, Muslim country, yeah, but like this is so weird. It's just a test. She was like, because your examiner is a female. And I was like, what? Now I will tell you why I don't want a female examiner. They were like, so I was asking her what? They didn't tell me that. They said that it's mixed, you know, it doesn't have to be particularly a female. And she was like, no, female students get a female examiner. So I was like, what the hell? And then I get in the room, like I was like already so nervous because I was gonna get a female examiner. My feeling was so bad. I know that I was gonna fail this. Why? Because female examiners are literally, they just fail you for no reason. I've heard a lot of this experience. It's not just with me. Like I just know, I've read a lot. Like before I went, I googled a lot of things. I researched a lot of things before doing my driver's license. And in the RTA road test, they always say that female examiners fail you for no reason at all. And it's true. So on the day of my RTA road test, my very first one, I came in like, so I came in, I was sitting down, like even the examiner was late. Like she was 15 minutes late. I was sitting there for like, they said to come in 30 minutes early, so I was sitting there for 14 minutes waiting for her. So when she came out, dude, she was like so rude. She's like, give me your Emirates ID. So I gave it to her and I was smiling. I even said hi, but she didn't say hi to me. So she did everything. She said, okay, let's go there to the car and stuff. I went in, did all of the mirror adjustments, my seat and my seat belt, and I checked if she was actually, you know, wearing a seat belt. We exited the school. Oh my god, exiting the school, I was maneuvering to the right because you have to exit going to the right. Like now there were like a construction thing going on outside of the school, so there were like blocks of red and white blocks, I don't know what you call that. So I was maneuvering to the right, and you know, she touched my steering wheel and she's like, watch it, and I was like, bro, like I was pissed off. I wasn't even nervous to drive. I was like there, you know, in my zone trying to maneuver, and then she touched my steering wheel. She was pulling it to the right, and I was like, I know. I said I know. I literally said that. So the rest of the ride I was pissed off because she touched my steering wheel for no reason. Now, if you guys don't know, when an examiner interferes with your driving, that's an immediate fail. So I just know she's trying to fail me, bro. I wasn't even gonna hit the blockings. Said to take a U-turn from the roundabout. If I was gonna take a U-turn, I have to switch my lane to the left, which I forgot because I was so pissed off. Let me tell you why. Not just because of the steering wheel that she did, because the whole ride, bro, she was sighing. She was doing this. I wasn't even doing anything, brody. I have no idea what she was doing that. So I was like pissed off. I was literally pissed off driving. And you know when your mood is off, not focused. So when she said to take a U-turn, I forgot to change my lane. Immediately I actually changed my lane to the left very late. So she was like panicking, like, oh, we're gonna hit the car and shit. I wasn't gonna hit the car, it's just I was late. I was late in changing my lane. We went back to the school, and then she was like, when we got back to the school, she was nice. She was like, okay, my dear, you know your mistake, you practice more, okay? Bro, I didn't even say okay. I literally opened the door. I closed the door on her. I took my bag and left, and she interfered with my steering wheel for no reason. Like, and she didn't even put that in the report. The report, they would issue a report after that of your mistakes, detailing your mistakes as to why you failed. So she didn't put that in the report. Like, literally, she just pissed me off, interfering with my steering wheel. The whole ride I was pissed off and distracted. So yeah, that's the thing. After that, I had to take 2 more classes. So I took my RTA road test. My first RTA road test is on 23rd of February, and then the next one was on 8th of March. I came in at lunch. It didn't take a while. Oh, and actually 8th of March is actually Women's Day, so what's good? I got a female examiner again. Bro, let me tell you, the second examiner, she's such an angel. Like, so she was so sweet. When she came out, she was like, hi my dear, how are you? I was like, I'm good, thank you so much, how are you? Like, you know when someone is just kind and sweet and it just lifts up your mood. So like, I was so in a good mood because of her mood. I did my test, and when we got back to the school again, she's like, okay, you sit inside, I will come back to you. And then I was sitting there, I was literally messaging my work friends. I was like, bro, please pray for me. And she suddenly came in, and you know the first thing she did when she opened the door? She's like, and I was like, oh my god, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then I was like kind of overreacting, and then she was like, so I was literally overreacting, so I had to get out of there before she changed her mind. So I went upstairs to get my, you guys saw the clip, I went upstairs to get my driver's license, and yeah, I was so happy, you guys. Oh my god, thank god they used my visa photo, because my Emirates ID photo was when I was like 17 years old, and I look so ugly. So I'm going to tell you the total amount I spent just to get my license. Registration is 4,705. Retake for the initial driving assessment was 608. Retake for RTA Smart Card was 292 dirhams without the classes, just the test. And then RTA Road Test retake was 796.45 dirhams. So in total, I spent 6,402 dirhams. But you have to add the eye test, because it was not included in the file opening. 6,402 dirhams plus 140 is 6,542 dirhams. So that is actually cheaper compared to the other school. Most of my friends, they either pay the unlimited package, which was 9,000 dirhams, or 3 times package for 8,000 dirhams, and I only paid 6,542 dirhams, which I'm very grateful for, because I've actually saved up 9,000 dirhams for my driver's license. So the remaining amount, I've actually put it in the car savings account, because I'm gonna buy a car. So yeah, okay you guys, so that is basically my driving license journey. I don't know if this was helpful. I hope it is. And if you are looking for institute, I definitely recommend Excellence Driving Center. Otherwise, like, obviously it's still your decision. But yeah, next step is getting a car. So today is a Saturday. Tomorrow I am actually going to the Kia showroom to test drive a car that I've been looking at since December, since I've opened my file. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and it's been great sharing this journey to you guys in my YouTube, and thankfully I got it less than 3 months. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys have any video suggestion, comment down below. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep on vlogging because that's what I like to do. And I hope you guys are having an amazing weekend, and I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye.